में फर्क बस इतना सा है, धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है, ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Hello, friends, and a very good evening to all of you, and a very warm welcome to all of you as well. So, I am Saras Gupta. I am Learning and Development Specialist with Franchise India, and today we are going to do the 12th edition of the biggest show, which is the Bharat Franchise Show. So, there has been a great story behind the Bharat Franchise Show. This actually started when everybody was home, locked down in their houses during the COVID time. But again, the only thing they had probably sitting home was time. This is the time when we started with this Bharat franchise show, where we every day we bring a new opportunity for you sitting at your home itself. So, friends, again, a very warm welcome to the 12th edition of Bharat franchise show. And this series will start from today, which is 24th of July, with F&B brands. Tomorrow we'll have fashion and retail. 26, 27, 28 will be different industries that exactly we'll be covering from. So Franchise India has been into existence in past 25 years, and we have a lot of help, a lot of investors like yourself to pick up the right business. Because picking up a right business is absolutely a complete process. And there are a lot of people in the market and running around as an entrepreneur to start, because 85% of the people who start their business are probably the first timers. And they really need a guidance and don't want to follow in the myth of friends, family, and fools. So, friends, this is where Franchise India holds your hand and helps you select the right business with a process, a four-stage process that we say SOMF: strategy, operational, market, and financial. So, friends, let's make it interactive. And being today the most loved brand, probably the industry, which is F&B, we're going to talk about that. So please use the Q&A section below, and we will be calling different brands from the industry itself who will present their business opportunities. And probably there's an old saying in Hindi, ये तो सिर्फ trailer है, picture बाकी है मेरे तो. So of course we'll give you a glimpse of the brands, and next we will be connecting with you individually. Everyone who was joining here was registered. Our team members, our senior team members will be connecting with you individually to discuss more about the business opportunity. So friends, let's start and let's make it interactive. And with that, I would like to call upon the first brand that we have, Monjanis. Monjanis is a brand which actually needs no introduction. So if you go back and recall your memory, Monjanis is a famous cake and pastries brand, and a brand which already carries 100-year-old of heritage. A brand that came into India in the year of 1970. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We have Mr. Rahul Sharma. Mr. Rahul Sharma, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका. And of course, Mr. Rahul Sharma will be helping us understand the business opportunities with Monjanis. So over to you, Mr. Rahul, while I bring up your slide. Thank you.
Okay. Hi. Good evening, Sarajji, and good evening, Franchise India, for inviting me for one of the biggest series, Bharat Franchise Show. So, guys, as you know, when someone would say कि मोजनीस, तो मोजनीस का जैसे ही नाम आता है तो सब एक माइंड में आता है कि यार एक फैमिली है, एक जश्न है या सेलिब्रेशन टाइम है, तो हमें केक काटना है या हमें कुछ अदर चीजेस लेनी है इन टर्म्स ऑफ पार्टीज. तो हमेशा सब क्या करते थे, जब 1970s या 80s की बात करते थे तो मोजनीस से केक आता था. इंडिया के अंदर यदि मैं बात करूं कि केक कल्चर किसी ने स्टार्ट किया तो मोजनीस ने स्टार्ट किया. दिस इज माय थॉट प्रोसेस एंड बेस्ड ऑन मतलब बाय गॉड ग्रेस वी हैव रनिंग अ मोर देन 1500 बेकरी शॉप्स इन इंडिया एज वेल एज द अदर पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री. वाई इट इज सक्सेसफुल बिकॉज यदि आप किसी भी बिजनेस में जाते हो तो आपके पीछे ना बहुत सारे सेगमेंट एक मैटर करते हैं. सबसे पहला सेगमेंट मैटर करता है कि किस तरीके से प्रोडक्ट सप्लाई रहेगी, किस तरीके से मेरे जो फ्रेंचाइजीज होंगे वो बिजनेस के साथ खड़े रह सकते हैं, किस तरीके से मैं उनको ट्रेनिंग का पार्ट करूं. एंड इफ एनी प्रोडक्ट विच इज इन F&B सेगमेंट, यदि प्रोडक्ट की बात आती है कि मेरा कल नहीं बिकता तो हु विल टेक केयर ऑफ दैट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. एंड इन F&B बिजनेस एवरीवन नो कि यार मुझे रॉयल्टी पे करनी है. बट मोजनीत का जो सबसे बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट आता है, दे ऑलवेज थिंक अबाउट द फ्रेंचाइजी एंड द कस्टमर. They always think कि I need a lot of customers in my shop. When I saw it in my shop, the meaning of that my a franchisee shop. So guys, currently we are looking a franchisee partner. Apart from 1500 store, we are looking a franchisee partner for Delhi NCR and a Jaipur. Then after 3 months, we want to go with a pan India expansion. When I said a Mojni, so it is a cake shop. But apart from the cake shop, you can also keep the gift options. When I said a gift option, it is just related to a birthday. And when I said a cake, so apart from cake, we have a other category. Saviors are there. Then we can also add a lot of this fast puff bread items are there. Puff items are there. We have a different types of cakes. When I said a cake, we have a exotic designers. Then we can go with a customized special cake, 3D cake. So if I consider as a cake, we have a more than 150 categories, 150 SKUs. Then there will be a pastries, then there will be a saviors, then there will be a bakeware, which is one of the most important thing. Apart from that thing, we have a there's a packed item with having a shelf life of 3 to 6 months. So in a Mojnis, we are looking a franchisee partner with an investment of around 12 to 14 lakh rupees, and the space requirement is not more than 200 to 400 square feet. And if you are coming in Mojnis, I can tell you your investment is 100% returnable within a positive ROI. Why it is possible? Because if you are going in F&B segment, तो सबसे पहला thought क्या आता है कि मेरा product नहीं बिका, तो who will take care of that responsibility? I say we can take care of the product 100% returnable if it is unsold, or maybe it will be a wear and tear in 21 days. After 21 days, we will consider as a 85% is the return policy. So this is the first USP of the brand. Second, we are not charging any royalty. So this is the another specialty or USP. In F&B business, we will take care of the complete support. We have a manufacturing units in Delhi from where we are supplying all the product to all these stores, including to Jaipur. So there will be a no royalty. The transportation cost is to bear by the brand. So to and fro, if any product which is not sellable, if any product which is required to deliver to the customer, it will be delivered by me. We can also support you in the location parts because the Franchise India and Business X Solution Private Limited is the exclusive partner. The teams are helping in the location. The training is from the brand side. So we will take care of the training part. The hiring is also supported by us. If you don't have any manpower who can work in your store, we require a very less manpower. We are not required very high skill manpower. 2 members are more than sufficient to start the your operation. Then we have a point of sale software, which play very important role. If you are sitting in Mumbai, or if you are sitting in Delhi, if you are running a store, so we can just give you the complete access key how your billings are going on. So this play very important role in the third segment. And guys, if I consider about the investment, so out of 12 lakh rupees, the investment varies in terms of franchisee fees. We are considering very less franchisee fees, 2 lakh rupees only the franchisee fees, being a 50 plus old brand, considering 2 lakh. Because again, I told you, my thought process is to add lot of customers. My thought process is to add lot of franchisee. I will become a happy when I will make a more than 5,000 franchisee stores in India. So that is my thought process. And in this way, we are looking an expansion across Delhi, NCR, and Jaipur. Apart from that thing, there will be a design which will be a free of cost from our side. We will provide a free of design cost. If you want to do a construction, you can do a construction by own. Otherwise, my team is there who can do the construction part. And The payback period is very normal. If I say a payback period, if you're investing at 12 lakh rupees, out of which 2 lakh rupees the franchisee fees and the security deposit of 2 lakh rupees refundable at the time of your exit. As I said, the agreement period is 3 years. Every 3 years is the renewal of an agreement, and the payback period we are considering about 12 to 16 months. So I would suggest, if you want to take a franchisee of Mojinis, please reach to me or please reach to Franchise India website or anyone else. We are happy to support you in terms of location, in terms of providing you the best information. And in 10 to 12 lakh rupees of the investment, this is the best brand for you. Because you see, if I want to just invest in some cakery or bakery shop, within a 12 lakh rupees of the investment, if I get a India number one brand, then I will say take that opportunity, because this is a one time. It is not a, because such opportunity are never come, because we are opening a selected stores in Delhi, NCR and Jaipur. We are not open for all the location. We are open for selected location. For that location, I can support you in terms of finding the best property, and the approval is from our side. Thank you, Saraji, for giving me a time and sharing some information about the Mojinis.
Well, thank you, Rahul. That was short and crisp, and as you always said. So, friends, I think this is a great opportunity which Rahul has just portrayed and painted. Monjuris is one brand which actually doesn't need introduction. I'm sure everyone, at least in their childhood, also would have tasted the cakes and the pastries and other material of Monjuris itself. So, friends, we are now open for questions. If you have any questions, you can please use the Q&A box, and I'll be more than happy to take over them. So, Rahulji, I see that we heard that your investment size is from 12 to 14 lakhs, out of which
Yes.
2 lakhs becomes the franchise fee. So, can you quickly give a small breakup about the other investment? Where does the other money
So
go?
out of 12 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees is the franchisee fees, and uh, 2 lakh rupees the security deposit, which is refundable at the time of exit. Then there will be a 3 to 6 lakh rupees, 3 lakh rupees across the investment on an interior branding and the signage, and approx 3 lakh rupees is the kitchen equipment cost. So if someone wants to say, "Okay, I don't have any vendor for such thing," then my team is there who can do the construction and also provide the kitchen equipment. If they want to do by their own, happy to work, because our thought process is to make a more and more units and make a more and more customer in our kitty.
So, we are getting a lot of interaction and a lot of interest. So, we'll pick up the first question. Mr. Tanmay is asking, are we open in Jharkhand?
Yeah, we are open for a Jharkhand. So as I said, first 3 months we are looking for Delhi, NCR, and Jaipur. But after September, we will start giving a franchisee across pan India.
Thank you. And that, I think, answers Mr. Krishnanu's question as well. So, he's from Mumbai, very much interested in Mumbai. And again, we have Mr. Shubh, Madhya Pradesh. And how about
Yeah.
Hyderabad?
So Hyderabad again, I just, because first of all we want to just start with Delhi NCR, because that is the reason we are going ahead. And after 2 months or maximum 3 months, we are open for pan India.
So, I see Mr. Utsav's again asking for Uttar Pradesh. So, as we just heard, Delhi NCR you're open for. So,
So Delhi
different
NCR and
people,
Jaipur we are open, and for UP, when I said UP, so UP, if I consider as an NCR, is an updated NCR, Meerut, Ghaziabad, Noida, Greater Noida, and that's the thing.
well, Rahulji, I think the magic has already started happening. A lot of queries are coming in from Delhi NCR. So, friends, just a quick recap, we are currently running or probably looking for openings only in Delhi, NCR, and Jaipur in phase one. And I think that's the promise any brand always makes. If they wanted, they could have said, yes, we'll open. But again, they need to look at the logistics, because the aim for them is to make the franchisee also profitable. Friends, a lot of franchisees fail because of overcommitments. And overcommitment, especially because of the supply management, which really happens. Now, the two more questions, and we will go to the next brand, which is Canteen, a famous brand we'll talk about. But two more questions I would talk about. You said, especially in the F&B business, the biggest challenge is unsold inventory, or हम bakery की बात कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. I'm sure that there will be a lot of items which are perishable. Did I hear it right that you're working on a SOR model of sale or return
Yeah.
model?
So that is the reason when I said
You can
ki,
you decide.
Yeah, so once the store is open, the first 21 days we are taking care of the 100% returnable policy. So after 21 days, 85 percentage so of the products are returned to the company, and there will be no charge on the transportation and then on the food cost. Our thought process is very much clear. I need a partner. I need a maximum customer through my shop. When I said through my shop, it means through my franchisee shop, because and we are not charging any royalty. I want that whatever the income is coming, that should be goes to the franchisee account, so they can take a multiple unit. I am not interested, because if you go to in a Mumbai or in any part of the country, in Bangalore or maybe or in a West Kolkata, I have a partner who are running 5, 10 franchisee, and that is the beauty of this business and beauty of this brand.
Mhm. Well, very true, and I see a lot of questions already been flooding in, so I'll probably just combine some questions. Mr. Utsav, yes, we do have options available from 4 to 5 lakhs also. For that, our key account managers will call you, and probably from there we can pick it up, because we just don't want to sell you that 4-5 lakh mein ye cheez aayegi. First of all, we need to understand where you're coming from. You have your own place. What is the industry experience, and what industry are you inclined with? So, Mr. Utsav, we will definitely call you back tomorrow onwards. You'll start get everyone who's asking questions. You'll start getting calls, and I see Mr. Sharat Kumar. He's already sold, or probably he really wants to start. So he's from Hyderabad and he's ready to start a business after 3 months. So he's saying, "Can I give a token now and block the entire Hyderabad location? Do we have a master franchise option, Rahul?"
So here the master franchisee options are also available, but this master franchisee is not same just like the other brand, because we need a manufacturing unit. From there, we are supplying to all these stores in their territory. Hmm. So that is the reason we can discuss separately about the how we can set up a manufacturing unit, and that will become our master franchisee. When I said someone in Mojini, the master franchisee means the manufacturing unit from where we are supplying the cakes and the other product to my shop.
Lovely, lovely. So अभी हम centralized kitchen supply की बात कर रहे हैं. So
Yes.
friends, that's the only reason, because they don't want to give you a business जहाँ पे आपको पूरा burden रहे. This is probably, we call it a idiot-proof model, that you just need a small place. Everything would be coming from the back end. So सबसे बड़ा benefit इसका क्या होता है? मेरी operational cost बच जाती है. I don't have to hire a high-skilled staff because everything is coming packed. Second, location space. मेरे को kitchen बहुत बड़ा नहीं रखना होगा. Probably I'm just processing something, and of course that saves my cost. But thank you all. That was it. Uh, Fantastically given, Rahulji, and friends, everybody who's here. We will love to connect with you. Even you can call us on a hotline numbers. My hotline numbers आपको बता रहा हूँ. In fact, I'll also put it on the chat box. It's 97176 83838. I repeat, 97176 83838 is our hotline number, and any questions that you have, we'll be more than happy to answer them as well. So thank you, Rahulji. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your time, and that's the most important. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Ji. So friends, now trying to move quickly to the next brand. So Rahulji, yes, you can put your number, of course. And also now more time to move to the next brand. A brand, probably I would have to say that a third largest chain from South India, and successfully running 50 outlets across. Mr. Anand. Mr. Anand is somebody who's absolutely coming with the next generation, the founder of a brand called Canteen. So anybody who's from the South region, they would know what Canteen is, and probably especially the word canteen has a special, place in everybody's heart when they go to the college or even the school. So thank you, sir, for joining us, and Mr. Anand, so wonderful to have you live here, and we are ready with your business model. Let's see what you have to offer us. Thank you.
Right. Good evening, everybody. I am Anand. I run a chain of restaurants called Kritunga. We are primarily operating in South India, in Hyderabad, Bangalore, AP, Telangana, and we have opened our first outlet in the United States as well. People who are familiar with the food scene in South India might be familiar with our brand. We are the third largest South Indian chain, behind Dindugal Talapakattu and Paradise. We have been in the business in the last 20 years. I personally was introduced into the company in 2017 after my mom. My mother started the brand in 2002. And now we are starting a sister brand called Canteen by Kritunga, which is going to be a QSR model for South Indian food. And usually people are very familiar with canteen in South India or even across the country, because canteen is a format where you can go in, grab something for cheap and come out by filling your hunger. So the idea of canteen is actually a very Indian version of a QSR. When you look at a QSR, something like McDonald's and KFC, what comes to mind is quality food in quick service with a reasonable price. So canteen, without having the branding sophistication of a McDonald's or a KFC, is actually a very Indian version of a QSR. So we wanted to do a branded version of a canteen. Our brand is going to be called Canteen by Kritunga. Our focus is going to be on the core dishes, core cuisine of South Indian states, which will be covering dishes and tastes and flavors from across all the 5 states. I'd like to share my presentation. If you can wait for me.
You have the right, and friends, keep using the Q&A box, and I still see a lot of questions being not answered. So of course, we will take it one-on-one basis once the webinar is over. I'm posting the numbers again on the chat box. Call us, and we'll be more than happy to take it one-on-one. Yes, sir. We can see Canteen by Kritunga, the famous, the 3rd largest chain now. Thank you.
So, like I mentioned, the essence of canteen is quick food, reasonable prices, serving authentic cuisine. We want to do a branded experience of this under our flagship brand Kritunga. Well, that's me. I currently run Kritunga chain of restaurants, and I'm heading our new project, our sister project Canteen as well. So the core mission is to bring diverse flavors of South Indian cuisines together. Usually anybody, if you talk to about South Indian cuisine, the first thing that comes to mind is idli, sambar, dosa, which is actually not true, because South Indians in general consume more meat, consume more varied options of poultry and meats as compared to other parts of the country. So we want to really showcase this culinary diversity of South India in our QSR format. So here we have the menu, the rough menu of Canteen brand. As you can see, we have a single sheet menu. You can walk in, pick one of the curries on the left, either in chicken or vegetarian, and you can pair it with 10 staples of South Indian cuisines. It is dosa, idli, puri, pushka, appam, pretty much everything that we are usually familiar with. So the idea is very simple. You walk in, you pick one curry, pick one staple, and the price is going to be fixed: 250 for chicken, 220 for veg, and 250 for paneer. There's a slight mistake in the menu, but that's the price that we are going to have. We have done a rough store elevation for the brand as well. We want it to have a South Indian feel. That's why the veranda, which is very common in South Indian South Indian houses, we wanted to mimic that. We wanted to give a good, vibrant ambience for this QSR. This is again the conceptual cashier kiosk. We wanted to mimic how a Starbucks would be. You don't need to sit down, wait for somebody to come and attend to you. You can go to the billing counter, you can order what you like, get your token, and pick up your item from the serving counter. All the outlets that we intend to do for Canteen are going to be franchisee owned but company operated. With our experience in Kritunga, we have realized that a lot of times, a lot of issues that really open up are because of misunderstanding between the franchisee and the company. Be it franchise not following the company policies, be it franchise not utilizing the efficiencies of the companies, utilizing the strategies of the company. We've always felt that it is better to do a wholly company operated outlets. So we do not need anybody from the management or the ownership to be part of the operations. Of course, we will be set up with all the necessary softwares that are needed to oversee a particular branch. So the owners of the franchisee need not be concerned about not being at the location. They are in safe hands in terms of operations with the company. The brief financial overview is that we are looking for 2,000 to 3,000 SFT spaces in the ground floor. The setup cost will be 80 lakhs if it is 2,000 SFT, and it might vary as the space increases. Franchisee fee is a one-time fee of 10 lakhs. We are expecting the average payback to be 15 months. The royalty payable is about 10%. Next, we have a slide on the outlet overview. We are expecting very conservative numbers of 24 lakhs a month, and rent to be about 3 to 4.5 lakh, which is the nominal rent that is going in the market now, 150 to 200 rupees per SFT. Food costs are going to be very low, 30% as compared to other restaurants in the industry. Something like Kritunga, my own brand, we have food costs about 40 to 45%. So our main focus on the brand is the industry low food costing. The reason why we are going to have extremely low food costing is because 90% of the purchasing for the kitchens are going to come centrally from my kitchen and my processing unit only. All the curries that you have seen on the menu, every curry is going to have one paste. All the chef needs to do is add the paste with the right amount of stock water, bone water, the right amount of meats. So there's no chance for wastage and there's no chance for deviation in recipes. Usually in every recipe, in conservative recipes and conservative restaurants, what happens is the chefs are so used to running it in a very instinct-based cooking that a lot of times they don't stick to the recipes that we provide. A lot of times they don't stick to the training that we provide. And bigger challenge is that they end up using more quantities than required. This not only changes the recipe and taste of the dish, but it also impacts our P&L and our purchasing. So, like I mentioned, everything going to be coming from the central kitchen, from meats to masalas to packaging to everything necessary for the restaurant will be coming from me and me alone. So this is why we are confidently able to say that 30% will be our food costing. In fact, 25% of the food costing in our trial runs we have experienced, but we are giving 5% variance for wastage. Industry low staff costing. Again, we are able to do this because there's no cooking happening in the kitchen. Everything is going to be shipped from the central location. All that the staff has to do is cook according to the SOPs. So we need not hire very experienced and very skilled staff to run our kitchens. And usually South Indian restaurants, Indian restaurants in general are very dependent on skill of the employers of the chefs in the kitchen. So what happens is you end up paying them too much salaries. So average industry staffing cost is 15 to 20% based on the cuisine. But we are able to achieve 10 to 12% due to the fact that we are going to hire a lower grade of chefs in the kitchen. And also, as it is a QSR, there's no need for staffing for service. So we need not require stewards, runners, and managers and captains. We need just staff in the kitchen and basic cleaning staff, housekeeping staff, that is, and your staff at the cashier. So we are confidently saying that industry low staff costing can be achieved in our model, similar to that of KFCs and your McDonald's. So here we have listed down the key points of canteen. First thing is standardized SOPs. In Indian cuisine, very, very few brands or restaurants do that, because even today, a lot of Indian restaurants are based on the hand of the chef. So the chef is good, chef is in a good mood, he can do a good job with the recipes. Otherwise, we cannot. But with canteen, everything is going to come from central location. All they need to do is follow our recipes and SOPs to come up with our dish. Second thing is central production. When you have everything procured from a central production, what happens is everything will come in the same quality. Everything will come at a better price, because when you're doing bulk purchasing, usually we'll get a better price. So these two are going to be very, very important for us to maintain our standards in terms of cooking and taste in the kitchen. Centralized HR. So many brands in the market right now do provide us training to the employees, but they don't do HR. I with Kritunga or even canteen, I am going to be providing the entire staff required to run and man a particular restaurant. So the owner of the business need not worry about the chef coming or not coming, service staff coming or not coming, because everything is going to come through me. We are going to recruit, we are going to train, and we are going to deploy. So the centralized HR, which is the biggest headache in the industry, is going through me, because I have a separate HR department in my organization, which is headed by an experienced gentleman. This is going to make our lives a lot easier, because HR is the backbone for this business, because we are in a service business, which is going to be dependent on people. So this is the biggest challenge many restaurant owners face, and we wanted to make this easier. Last thing, is the operational support. Due to it being a company-owned model, all the day-to-day operations are going through us. The additional support that we provide, which are also crucial to our operational site selection. We are going to identify the micro market. We are going to identify the particular location, its suitability, the building, does it have parking, does it have a lift, does it have space for a service staircase. All these things will be done from my end. Next, once we finalize the site, is execution. Not only we are going to give the design of the location, we are going to execute it. I have an internal team to do the entire interiors, kitchen setup from my end. So customers, usually for Kritunga or any particular brand, when they go, what happens is, franchisee guys end up doing the execution when the design is given by me. What happens is, due to a lack of knowledge and due to a lack of experience in this execution part, they end up wasting a lot of money and they end up making a lot of mistakes. So even this part is done by my internal team, so you need not worry about execution. Second thing is owner training. Owner training is very, very crucial that a lot of people forget, because without educating the owner about the importance of certain practices in the operations, it is very tough for them to have a good grip of the business in terms of how much grams a dish should be, in terms of how many people need to be there to run the restaurant, in terms of when should the cleaning happen, in terms of what should the marketing spend be. All these are the things that we are going to train. We will be training in a very good 2 to 3 week period. We will be training the owners. Last thing is, marketing is going to be very crucial for this brand, as it's going to be a new brand. Although it is attached with Kritunga, public might take a while to understand it. So entire marketing will happen from the central office itself, but we'll be collecting a small 25 to 30,000 fee from each franchisees to build a good kitty for marketing, so that we can spend and educate customers about a brand. That's a presentation, guys. I hope I've covered most of the points that are needed for this business. Do let me know if you have any queries.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Thank you very much, convicting. And we already have questions floating in. Probably Mr. Ajit is already asking, are we also open for a franchisee of Kritunga that we have already established? Are you still open for that?
I couldn't hear you. Could you repeat it?
Yeah, sure. Mr. Ajit is asking, are you also giving franchises of your master brand Kritunga?
We are, but currently we are at 55 outlets and there's actually very, very less space to grow Kritunga. That's the reason we are starting a sister brand.
A sister brand, of course, a small place. So friends, I see that the space required that also answers Mr. Rohit's question would be 2,000 to 3,000 SFT what we require. And 80 lakhs is what the initial investment we're looking for. Can you give a quick bifurcation of this 80 lakhs, sir? A quick bifurcation of 80 lakhs just for the people who joined late.
So the rough breakdown is for 80 lakh, for a 2,000 SFT space, you would be spending about 12 lakhs, 10 to 12 lakhs in your advance, your rental advance, that is. Okay. And then you would move on to your fixtures and interiors, which will cost you about 20 lakhs. Okay. And hardware, in terms of kitchen setup, your utensils will cost you under 20 lakhs. Mm-hmm. We are going to have about 10 lakhs for your operational expenses. Mm-hmm. Which requires, to purchase the stock in hand before operations begin and paying advances to staff, whatnot. And 10 lakhs we keep for miscellaneous and civil work required. And last 10 lakh is a franchisee fee.
Mm-hmm. Well, that explains. And what are the locations we're looking at for expansion? So phase 1, are we
primarily looking at Hyderabad and Bangalore?
Hyderabad and Bangalore. And we also work on a model which is a central kitchen based, or the food items will all be made at the franchisee outlets?
Yeah, so the base gravies will come from the central location, but the last minute cooking will happen in the kitchen.
Okay. We learned that it is a FIHL model where it is franchisee invested, company operated. Mm-hmm. So when we say company operated, it is absolutely understood that all the operations will be done by you. Mm-hmm. Does it also mean that you will bear the cost of all the operators?
So basically what we'll be doing is running a payroll. Mm-hmm. The canteen has another HR company. Mm-hmm. which will run the payroll for the business. So basically, the whole salaries are going to be 3 lakh. I will be running them. What the franchisee does is deposit 3 lakhs to me, and I pay the salaries. It's called payroll.
Okay. So that's one time. Is that so?
No, every month salaries will be going through me.
Okay. So salaries are going through you, so that the control is what you keep. And friends, this is something very important to notice, because a lot of people, they are actually doing startups, and of course, food industry is something which is lured by a lot of people. But again, that's what the brand owner keeps a legacy, that he wants to keep the specialization of the food and the service to himself. So of course, that's a big part that we're seeing. And how does the supply chain works, and how things are working for the supply chain for the outlet?
So the main purchasing, that is, kirana, or the main things are the spices, the masalas, and the meats, and the batter. For your dosa, you need batter. So we have centralized vendors for meat and your kirana and your batters, which need to come on a daily or same, twice every 2 days, that is. So we have centralized vendors for it in Bangalore and Hyderabad. So you will get the exact amount of quantities that are needed from these vendors on a daily basis, or once every 2 days. And the masalas will come every 2 weeks from my factory. I have a factory in Hyderabad. The masalas will come from my factory every 2 weeks.
And it's in a dry form.
It's in a semi-dry form.
It's in a semi-dry form. Very interesting. Mr. Siddharth has a question. Probably just take 2 more questions, and then we move to the next brand, which is Spezia. Mr. Siddharth is asking about the USP, because there's a lot of competition in the market. So what is your USP, and how your menu is different from any of the South Indian menus?
So the simple fact is that usually there are a lot of restaurants that do a particular cuisine. So I do Kritunga, which is a Rayalaseema cuisine. There's Anjapar, which does Chettinad cuisine. And you have Dindigal, which does, again, I think it's from Dindigal. Dindigal is a mid part of Tamil Nadu. Then you have Nagarjuna, which does Andhra. But there are very few restaurants which cover all the main, hot sellers of this cuisine. So if you take something from Andhra, you have something called Andhra Kodi Kura. You have something called Gongura Kura, which are hot sellers in every Andhra restaurant. And then you come to Chettinad, you have Chettinad chicken. For Tamil Nadu, you have Chettinad chicken and Madras curry. Then you come to Kerala, you have Nathan and you have stew. Again, hot sellers for Kerala. So we are focused on all the hot sellers of these cuisines. And we only have 10, because when you teach a chef more than 10 recipes, what happens is he'll make everything taste the same. So you take 10 good recipes, we have trained them, and we give the SOPs for them. And we can make sure, using our masalas, that everything tastes unique and distinct. Usually doesn't happen in most restaurants, because huge menu, limited staff, there's no way that he can remember all the recipes. So if you order Kerala Nathan curry and you order Malwani curry from northern Karnataka or southern Maharashtra, they'll both taste the same, because they're very similar dishes with minute differences. But using our masalas, all he has to do is put the paste, water, chicken, boil it. So we are offering a very lean menu with our hot sellers. At the same time, we are training them to cook them in such a way that they're all unique.
All unique. Sounds very interesting. And Mr. Subhash, I'll just take a last question and we move to the next brand. If everything is centralized, then why do we need a 2000 SFT? Mr. Subhash has 1000 SFT of area. Do you think it will survive? Is it possible with that investment?
So usually, I'll take example of Kritunga, which is a conservative traditional restaurant. We have 1000 to 1200 SFT requirement for a kitchen, and we have another 1500 requirement for 100-seater restaurant. Okay. But here, what is happening is, in 2000 SFT, 1500 SFT is going to be used for your circulation, your front desk, your 100-seater, and your bathrooms. Here, the kitchen is going to be only 500 SFT. So kitchen in canteen is going to be half of the kitchen in Kritunga, because everything is coming centrally.
So probably that's what this brand is talking about, canteen, more of turntables, round of tables that we can have, because it's always a QSR model that people can just quickly come and deliver it fast. As he said in the initial part, it's more of a QSR like McD's and KFC. It's more about turntables, and of course things will go. Quickly, last question I will put up, sir. Can you tell us about some economics based on your existing outlets? At how much time do you estimate the investment can come out?
So we are very conservatively projecting that we'll do 25 lakh to 26 lakhs per month. But what we have seen is that restaurants on ground floors usually do 30 to 35 lakhs. Usually because the food flow is better. But we are taking a conservative 25 to 26 lakh, revenue per month. And we are expecting to do a minimum of 20% profitability on this. Because of the way our operations are built, we have a leaner menu, we have a better purchasing, better staffing, better, food costs. So we are expecting to have a return on our money in 15 months.
Perfect. Any minimum guarantee are you providing, sir?
Minimum guarantee I cannot provide, primarily being we do not choose a location. So if the franchisee takes a location, I will give it to them if the building is good, if the ambience is good, but I don't do the market survey, right? So I cannot give an ROI guarantee on that.
And I'm sure we discovered in the slide that a lot of marketing would be done by you, influencer marketing, and probably any celebrity have you endorsed?
No, we don't. But we for Kritunga, we have a very elaborate budgeting for marketing. We spend about 5 to 6 lakhs every month on our retainers and our expenditures on online and offline media. So we are expecting to do the same thing for canteen. We want to collect about 30,000 per month from the franchisees and spend from our side itself, because there's going to be more cohesion in terms of branding and marketing if it happens centrally.
Well, thank you so much, sir. And this the last one again. I'm always saying it again and again. Will your brand name say Canteen by Kritunga, or will Kritunga also be a sub part of the branding that you will do?
No. Kritunga is not going to be part of the branding because it really confuses the customer.
Okay, understood. Very clear. So, friends, I know there are a lot of questions which are still not answered, and you would like to do a deeper penetration. So, as again I said, ये तो भी trailer है picture बाकी है मेरे दोस्त. Please call our hotline numbers, and I'm posting the numbers continuously on the chat box, and we'll be more than happy to go in details. And of course, if you're really interested, we would more than happy to do a one-on-one call with the brand owner itself. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Great talking to you, and friends, keep writing to us, and we'll be more than happy to take it over. Now let's come to the next brand, probably a next brand, and probably the face reveals it all, a next generation food which is being offered. And the brand Spezia was established in the year of 2012. And they come with the concept of serving new age cuisine. People are completely bored of eating the traditional food, but Spezia is somebody who took a bold decision to enter the market and enter the new age market with the new cuisines. With that, let's invite Mr. Abhishek. Mr. Abhishek Verma is the CEO of the brand, and eager to hear about the opportunity, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Saras. Good evening, everyone. I am Abhishek Verma, the co-founder, CEO of Spezia Bistro, a decade-old brand. We operate in the fast casual segment, basically a baby between QSR quick service and the graceful hospitality and service of the fine dine sector. So that's the fast casual space we operate in. At Spezia Bistro, we serve delicious food that is paired with flawless service, combined with warm, genuine hospitality, and all that at a very competitive market price that we offer. So let me take you to our small brand presentation. Let me just share the screen.
And friends, keep using the Q&A section for any questions. And in the meantime, sir, do you want to answer what locations are we looking for expansion?
So primarily Delhi NCR and then all metropolitans. Post that, we'll be focusing on all the tier 2, tier 3 cities as well, starting from, let's say, Dehradun, Jaipur. Let me just, I'm not able to share my screen for some reason.
No problem.
Yeah, are you able to see my screen?
Not yet. Maybe it's going to build up now.
Just one second.
Well, so no worries. Let me share the screen for you, and while
Yeah,
in the meantime, we can start
please.
talking.
Yeah.
You can start talking, please. Let me just share the screen.
Yeah, so we currently operating 3 outlets, fourth one under construction. We've got outlets in Delhi, Hudson Lane, Noida, Sector 104, Ambience Mall in Gurgaon, and the fourth one is coming up in a very prominent mall in the Delhi NCR region only.
Okay, I have the screen now. Let me share it. And here we go.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, you can just go down a little. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we operate 4 brands. The primary being Spezia Bistro. That's the main parent brand. Then we've got Spezia Anywhere. That's our catering division, and that with that we do selective, exquisite catering services for a group of not larger than 100 people. So we've got a cap on the maximum packs we do. Then we've got Spezia Deliveries. That's our home delivery brand, out of which we do deliveries for Swiggy, for Zomato, and through our own website as well. We've got John Carlos as well. That through that we do offer-driven pizzas. So that's just a pizza-specific brand, but it's completely promotion and offer-driven. So our locations, as I told you, the current locations we're operating in. These are the little images of our sit-down spaces. The tree being one of our hooks that has recently gone viral on social media, the cherry blossom tree. So that is part of our ambience now. That's a standard everywhere throughout all our restaurants. The largest size we operate is 4,000 square feet. That's the Noida branch. Oh, from there, we've got around 100 covers that we cater to on a a regular basis. We cater to approximately 400 to 500 guests in the Noida branch, and combined with all 3 outlets, we cater to approximately 800 people on a daily basis. This is the Hudson Lane branch, recently being renovated. This is our Nirvana Country branch, which now is not operational anymore due to the location being shut. It was a Unitech property. So as Saras told you that we don't serve regular, like we do serve regular food, but our main focus through all our servers and our hospitality executives is to sell and push our USP products. So here are a couple of our USP products. We do pan pizzas. We're not into the Napolitana game or the thin crust game. We serve indulgent, buttery, fluffy pan pizzas, which our guests love. Then the say cheese pasta that just went, that is also a concept brought by us to the Indian market. We get a fresh wheel of cheddar cheese on the table, put hot pasta in it, roll it around. Very indulgent, very heavy, and delicious as well. So we've got sushis, we do it with a twist. So we don't do your regular Japanese sushi, we do it with a twist. So we do the crunchy nacho chaat sushi, we've got a chili Indiana sushi. Then this is another one of our unique developments called the garlic knot. So we don't serve regular garlic bread with cheese that you get in every restaurant. We do it our way through the garlic knots. Then again, the momo sizzler, the Thai chili basil. These are some of our USPs. We did these Hello Kitty bows also. We've discontinued them now, but we'll restart them maybe in the future. Yes. Great. Again, our USP products. So our target audience is young adults is the segment that we target. And but our menu has something that can go for everyone. So from kids starting from 8 years when they are allowed to go out and eat, to old age people going about 70 plus also. We've got a little bit of dishes for them as well. But our major target audience is the young adult segment. Our price point is very nominal. So our current APC is 500 to 600 rupees. Our average dish price is around 300, 350, which compared to the Delhi NCR market is very, very competitive. And yeah, that's our price point. And depending upon the market, we're looking at increasing the prices depending upon the competition that is operating in the market by a maximum of 30%. Currently, we're aiming at 2 stores per year. We're not very growth adamant. We're just selecting very unique, like-minded individuals to give out our franchisees to. And we're only targeting 2 stores per year and starting from the metropolitans. Growth, again, we're not looking at growth in just the monetary sense. We look at growth in a wholesome way. So that means growth for our team, growth for our investors, growth for the basic staff that is working at the lowest level for them to grow further. They need the organization to expand. So our main motive behind expansion is to give growth to our internal team as well. We're an employee-first organization. We put our employees first, the guests second, always and always. So our secret sauce, if you talk to me, it's the hospitality that we give. It's the way we make you feel. I know it sounds a cliche, but we genuinely practice it. If you've been to one of our restaurants, you would have felt it. So food in today's age can very easily be replicated. We ourselves get inspired by a lot of things just by sitting, looking at our phones. So food cannot set you apart. But the way you make people feel while having that food is something that sets us apart. So we look at hiring people with, we call them 51%ers. So they have the emotional soft skills that we cannot train them on. But the technical part, the 49%, even if they're not from the industry, we hire them if they feel they have a high HQ. That's a hospitality quotient, we've named it. If they have that, we definitely hire them and then train them on the easy part. So this is our team. It's me. Then it's got Mr. Arman Khan. He's our general manager. Our executive chef, Tapas Giri. We've got our chef de cuisine, Chef Durjan Chetri. We've got our PR, Ms. Ayushi Jha. And then our chief experience officer, the most important person of all, the man that makes the hospitality part of it works, Mr. Manoj Kumar. Yeah.
So instead of naming him a chief executive officer, you named him chief experience officer.
Yeah, so I'm the executive officer. He's the chief experience officer. So he takes care of the entire experience aspect of the guest in all our outlets.
So can we talk about the investment now? I think it's very promising and seeing very vibrant at a young age. And the prominent and the dominating part, I would rather say, is the experience that you really want to create in your stores. Second is the hiring that you're doing. Probably I see a lot of people will not hire people from F&B background, but your forte, your USP is with a word of mouth. That what experience they feel and they get in their outlets is what's going to bring next them the repeatable of the customers. So let's talk about some investment and then we go to the next one. Yeah.
So investments, we look at around a project cost of 1.5 CR. That's excluding the rental security. That would depend on the location to location. This I'm talking about for a 2,000 square feet outlet. And that could get you a cover of around 56. So 50 to 56 is what we look at covers. Yeah. So do you have my the project Excel as well?
I would not have that. But can you just tell us, because in favor of time, we will not be able to run completely on that. A quick breakdown.
So we breakdown of that. Yeah, I'll do that. So we've got franchise fees of 20 lakhs. This is all exclusive of GST that we charge. Then we look at an interior cost of approximately 3,000 rupees a square feet. That comes to around 44 lakhs. Then in kitchen setup, we break it down to 38 lakhs. And then in all the electrical equipment, so that includes your HVAC, your signages and everything. So that's around 24 lakh rupees. So this brings the total to around 1,07,000 approximately, and a total project cost of 1 crore 45 lakh.
All right. And can you talk about some current projections that you're doing of current sales that you're doing, that how much money can
So our average monthly sale across, like combined of all outlets is around 60 lakhs, and a combined sale of around 180 per month. That's across 3 outlets that we do, with an average net profit of around 18 to 22%. The highest net profit that we do is 30.
Okay. Very quickly, Mr. Verma, would like to ask you something about unit economics. Like, how does the unit economics look like? Operational expenses, what salaries, rent?
So I'll give you percentages. So we operate at a food cost of around 25 to 30%. Then our target salary that we do, and we've been over achieving it across all 3 outlets, is a maximum of 18% that we look at. Occupation costs, that includes your rental and maintenance and electricity, is around 18 to 20%. The salaries, again, as I told you, is 18%. The marketing budget that we do is around 2 to 3% of the gross revenue. Then it depends on the model that you're going on. We've got both the models. We've got a FOFO model and a FOCO model. In the FOCO model, we charge 10% royalty, and the FOFO model, we charge around 8% royalty.
That's interesting to know, Mr. Abhishek, that, so friends, please hear this out. We are offering both the models, FOCO and FOFO model, of course, as that part. And also a quick question coming up from Miss Monica. Do you have Korean food too?
No, currently we don't have Korean food, but we keep on inventing and innovating in our menu. We keep on adding dishes depending upon the market demand. So it's in the books, because Korean food is picking up. I have my eye on it, and our team has been doing some R&D in that section, but nothing has been materialized yet.
How do you ensure that there is an ease of business that goes, somebody goes for a FOFO model? So how do you do the inventory, the control of quality of food, the staffing? How do you ensure that the franchisee who invests is not left out?
So we've got all our SOPs in place. We are a system run organization, and everything and anything that you can imagine could go wrong is documented with solutions as well. So we've got we call it our DNA. It's the Spezia Bistro DNA that has got everything from your hiring questionnaire to your recipe standard manual to your images of the dish, finalized dish. So it has got everything in it. And we're operating 2 franchisees through the same models, and we've been achieving good numbers there, and the reviews have also been very good. We also conduct regular audits. So we've got monthly audits, surprise visits that are done by our GM in all our franchise units to assess if they're doing a good job or not, if they need help in any area.
Right. Mr. Abhishek, during the first slide, we saw there were 5 brands were associated with the master, and
Yeah,
we also have a catering. We also have a catering unit that we have. So
yeah.
does the franchisee also get that option?
Yes. So definitely the franchisee gets Spezia Bistro and Spezia Anywhere. So any catering that they would be doing would be billed to them, again on the regular terms of the agreement. But the catering would be done through Spezia Anywhere, not Spezia Bistro. Yeah.
Okay.
Spezia Deliveries and John Carlos are separate entities, and they're not part of.
And would you support for any kind of lead? Because I'm sure there'll be a lot of leads coming in, and somebody takes a franchisee who is not in that area. Would you pass on the benefit to that person to deliver, or do you take the ownership?
No, I didn't like the catering thing you're talking about. Yes, definitely. We would be sending our team to take care of the first few catering events, like we do in our restaurant as well. So for the first 3 months, it's a mandatory FOCO that we run. We run the outlet, we establish it on the FOCO model, and then we give you a proper handover. You can operate it for a 3-month probation period where we will assess whether you're doing a good enough job. You can also gauge whether you want to be involved in the day-to-day operations. Is it your cup of tea or not? Post that, if we feel you're doing a good job, you feel you want to run it, you can carry on in the FOFO model. If not, we can take it back on the FOCO basis as well. Similarly, we would be doing it in the catering thing as well.
Perfect. Last question, and then we come to the next brand of the day, marketing. Sorry, but this question has been pinching me since long. What does the brand name mean, Spezia? What does it mean, first of all?
So this means Italian, spice in Italian, basically. Spice in Italian, yeah. So Italian food is full of flavors, but it lacks spices. But Indian palate, it needs flavors and spices. So we started off as an Italian brand though. But then again, as the question came about Korean food, we were getting a lot of market demand. So we kept on evolving with time. Yeah.
Great. Marketing. Mr. Abhishek, marketing plays a very extreme and important role to running outlets. What kind of support do you give in terms of marketing? Any tie-ups have you done with Swiggy, Zomato? And who will pay for that tie-ups or something special that you're offering to the franchise?
So marketing, there is a minimum marketing spend that we require from our franchisees. So that's a minimum spend of 30,000 a month or 3%, as I told you, gross sales percentage, whichever is higher. That is the minimum marketing spend we want our franchisees to spend. We've got an entire set of instructions for our franchisees to carry out their own marketing. The central pages are the same in on Instagram and all other social media. So that is taken care of by us. There's a fixed marketing fees that we ask our franchisees to pay us. But apart from that, they can call on influencers as per our standards and start doing marketing from there. Though we believe the best marketing is word of mouth, and we're super confident that our food helps us do that and helps our franchisee do that as well. So yeah, so marketing, we've got a standard, and as per that, our franchisees can go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Abhishek. Wonderful information that we really shared and learned. Friends, anyone and anybody who's interested to work with Mr. Abhishek, probably as a partner and, of course, take a franchisee, please call us. We'll be more than happy to connect you directly with Mr. Abhishek. And shall you need the food tasting, the outlet visit, we all can help you, because till the time you feel it yourself, you will not be able to see how interesting and how customer friendly these guys have really gone. Thank you, Mr. Abhishek.
Thank you, everyone.
So very much. Thank you so very much. And friends, now let's come to the last brand for the day, but not the least. And probably after eating a lot of food, maybe I want to get a cup of tea. A brand founded with a passion of bubble tea, highcha. A brand founded with a passion of bubble tea. Highcha is the brand we're going to talk about. And we have invited Mr. Nikul. Mr. Nikul is somebody who's leading this brand from the front edge and ensuring that anybody who takes a franchisee of their outlet, they will always get the best benefits and, of course, a profitable business. Thank you, Mr. Nikul, for joining us. And the spotlights are on you. And let's see what's there for us now. Thank you.
Yeah, I think all our friends are good evening, everybody. I think you guys have been receiving a lot of information with multiple brands. So I'm going to keep it quick and to the point so that everybody can get back to their dinner tables soon. And yeah, so highcha stands for high quality, high taste, and high customer experience, hence the name highcha. Taiwanese people, they also call tea cha. Cha is also a Taiwanese word for tea. And that's how this name is derived from highcha, that we believe in high customer experience. This is a very young brand. We are just 4 months old. And we have 2 outlets in Mumbai, one in Orbit Mall, Malad. It's a kiosk.
And we also have one more brand in Andheri, 4 Bungalows Mahada Lokhandwala, which is just recently open. So basically, we are into Taiwanese and Korean delicacies. But when I say Taiwanese and Korean delicacies, it's largely beverage and side dishes, which are either desserts or savories. We are not into full-fledged food or meal in Taiwanese and Korean cuisine as such. We are available on Instagram. Our website is www.highcha.com. So in the free time, you guys can definitely go there, read more about what the brand is all about and what does the menu look like. I'll quickly get to the point. I'll share my screen and run you guys through the key highlights of the brand and then some numbers as well, so that I can keep it quick as I just promised. You can see the slide, is it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So basically, guys, it's highcha. The images you are seeing are all active and from the mall. So this is a kiosk. We largely operate in the kiosk model. We also have a QSR option, which we are planning to open around the Dussehra. We've already shortlisted 2-3 locations. We had to just lock one of them. So largely, as I said, we are one of a kind innovative Taiwanese and Korean delicacy restaurant. We majorly deal in bubble tea and bingsu. Bubble tea being Taiwanese origin, and bingsu is a Korean shaped, noodle shaped ice cream, which is made right in front of the consumer. It has no preservative, no added color, no freezing agent, no palm oil. So even a pregnant lady can have, or a 5-year-old boy can have that ice cream. And it has multiple flavors in it, and it looks like noodle shaped. So it's very Instagrammable and very unique in its form. I'll share a video and a picture of it. So largely the whole idea of expansion and the whole idea of giving out franchise was to have a larger market share for this genre. And I strongly feel, me and my wife, who are the founders of the brand, we strongly feel that beverage industry is highly cluttered. And if you really want to break through, you got to give the consumer, the people, something different. So the whole idea here is that when we are talking about bubble tea, there are 2 types of bubbles for the people who don't really know what bubble tea is. So there are 2 types of bubbles. One is the chewy boba. Boba is the Taiwanese word for bubble. One is the chewy boba, which are made out of tapioca, which are black in color, which we see generally in bubble tea pictures. And one is the popping boba. Popping boba are why are they calling popping? Because they pop in your mouth with different flavors. So there's a huge variety of popping bobas and chewy bobas. Before I kind of come to the, I'll also run you through some products you can see on the screen. These are just 6 images out of 30 plus SKU, which we have out of our 10 by 10 kiosk in the mall, in the food court. So we have milk series, we have fruit series. On the right hand side top of the screen, you can see some Korean eateries like Krobel, Highness, Nutella Krobel. What is a Krobel? Krobel is actually a croissant with a lot of bubbles and cream cheese in it. So these are Korean side eateries which we do, which are in dessert and savory form. On the number 5, the image is a little smaller. I'll play a quick video after this. If you see on the number 5, it's called bingsu. These are noodle shaped ice cream, like I said, made right in front of you. What the brand does, that we are very proud, no powder, no preservative brand. When I say no powder, no preservative, of whatever research we've done in the past 1 year before we even started the brand, because we did 14-month plus R&D. I think there's not even a single bubble tea vendor or supplier we haven't tried before we designed and curated our menu. And this whole passion came for bubble tea because me and my wife, we are avid travelers. I think the only addiction we have is travel. And over the years, we started having bubble tea, and then we started developing love for it. And we started having these Korean desserts and savories and eateries. And then we, it just this whole passion, taste started turning into passion. And then that's how we came up with this brand. Largely, it's a kiosk model and a QSR model. In the kiosk model, we need a 10 by 10 space. We would prefer a quality premium mall and food court, so that you don't have to really worry about footfall and because it's an adaptive market. If you just generally go on Google and type projection for bubble tea market in India, you might find multiple reports. But the good part about multiple reports is that all of them are just showing a trajectory upwards because people want something new. I'll also run you guys through the menu we have. This is a completely active menu, like you guys can see here. Saras, I think you can see the screen, right? Everybody can see the screen.
Yes, I can see the screen. Although the fonts are small, but yeah.
I'll run you guys through. So we have a milk series, which has more than 11 varieties here, 9 varieties, sorry. We have 3 eateries as of now. We are launching 6 more on the 15th of August. We have fruit bubble teas. We have 11 plus 5 here, which is the total of 16. So largely, and plus a Bingsu menu. I'll play the Bingsu video after this slide. So the whole idea is to keep it really tight on space, to keep it really tight on cost, but give the consumer premium quality, premium taste, and premium experience. Because we make sure that if you want your drink to be a little more sweet, if you want your bubble tea to be a little less sweet, you want more cream cheese, you want almond milk, you don't want, if you're lactose intolerant, the whole idea is that we want the customer to be happy and make the changes to their taste buds and how many ever times they want it. So the good part is that we as a brand, we believe in customer experience. And I think everybody who's into a D2C brand, that should be their prior objective. Like I said, we believe in premium taste. We also believe in premium location, because our experience very clearly says that, if you get your location right, and everybody in the F&B business will agree with me, that if you get your location right, half your job is done. And the other half, your product has to speak for itself with the customer service. So largely, as we said, that highcha, we are also, as informed, we are also opening a QSR by Dussehra. And before we go into the economics, I am going to just quickly play a video of Bingsu, what Bingsu looks like and how exciting is it. Just give me a second, I'm playing the video.
Mr. Nicol, I think there's a perfect time you are keeping your things are working like as an appetizer. And soon after this, everybody's going to run to the dinner table.
Yeah, I'm sure. Even that's why I said I'll keep it as tight as possible so that everybody can go back to their dinner table very, very soon, and I wouldn't take too much of their time. Yeah, I'll just share my screen. And oh yes, I got it. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
I'll just play the video. I haven't played anything.
Can't hear the audio, but that's okay. I think we can see the picture. Okay, noodles ice cream. Okay.
I'll just play the video again once again.
And what is this made up of? It's noodles.
That's where the secret lies. So it's noodle shaped, but it is actually ice cream. So the syrup is put right, and the syrup is just flavor, milk, and condensed milk. That's it. And that's why I said we are proudly a no powder company. We believe that in any of our bubble teas, in any of our fruit teas, or any of our desserts or ice cream, we don't use any premix. We don't use any powder. We don't use any preservatives. We don't use any freezing agents or color in that sense. So even a pregnant lady or a 80-year-old auntie or a 5-year-old boy can cherish and relish the taste of pan-Asian beverages and dessert in that sense. Largely it is milk, condensed milk, and the flavor of the ice cream. Like we have Lotus Biscoff, we have Bounty, which is coconut chocolate, we have Sneakers, which is chocolate peanut butter in this. So they are also very different from the regular ice cream flavors you get in the market. And the good part is you pour the syrup in the machine. It's an imported machine. You pour the syrup in the machine. exactly in 5 to 6 seconds, it starts throwing noodle-shaped frozen ice cream right in front of you. And it comes with chewy tapioca, with popping bubbles and a lot of toppings on it. And that's where it becomes, for the price people pay, it's range between 299 to 399 per dish. But we give 200-gram plus of ice cream, which is 1/4 kg of ice cream, and it's very enough for 2 to 3 people. So the volume of ice cream is also very high. Largely bubble tea, as I said, we do in 2 series. One is milk series, which has the tapioca and chewy boba, and the fruit series, which are made with jasmine green tea and popping bobas, which pop in your mouth with different flavors. So largely this is what the brand does, and this is what the brand stands for. I will also quickly run through the economics, so that we are very clear of where we stand. I'll just share the screen once again.
Better. Much better.
Yeah. Sorry. You can see the financial snapshot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, there are 2 models. One is kiosk, 100 square feet, where you need a 10 by 10 kiosk. You don't have to worry about sitting space, nothing. The mall is going to take care of the footfall. It's going to take care of the sitting space, provided you're in the right mall, in the food court. You don't need to worry about footfall. With our experience in last 4 months, we've done, by God's grace, exceptionally well. We've done our sales, which is 12 lakhs plus every month for consecutive 3 months. The 4th month is it's about to end now. And largely our ticket size is 400 rupees. Our 350 ml bubble tea starts with somewhere around 279 rupees to 299 rupees, depending on the flavor you choose. And our milk series starts somewhere between 299 rupees to 329 rupees, depending on the flavor you choose. The Bingsu is priced between 299 to 399, again, depending on the flavor you choose. Our ticket size, as I said, in terms of per bill value, is approximately 400 rupees. On a weekday, we've been doing on an average between 60 to 100 bills. When I say bill, they consist of minimum of at least 2 bubble teas on an average. And on weekends, we do somewhere around 160 to 200 bills per Saturday, per Sunday individually. So a total of 300 plus bills on weekends. In terms of the mathematics here, you can see the total investment is anywhere between 16 to 19 lakhs. Franchise fees is 2 lakh rupees for a tenure of 5 years contract, which technically makes it to 3,333 rupees a month, which is negligible. We have sandwiches more than that when we go out with a family of 4. Average revenue here for a year is 82 to 85 lakh. Net margins after everything cut down is anywhere between 20 to 30, 20 being lowest and 30 being tops as of now. Average ROI we can see here is 119% in context to 16 to 19 lakhs versus 82 to 85 lakh rupees revenue in the year. Payback period is anywhere between 10 to 14 months. The mathematics of the revenue, what we've done here, is conservative. It's not to the numbers of what we are doing right now, thinking that the franchisee will take some time to build that business because it's an adaptive market. People know about bubble tea, but not everybody goes and has a bubble tea on a daily regular basis. And that's where this niche we need to fill up. There are small little players in the market, but there's no organized brand once you talk about bubble tea, and I think it's lesser than the fingers you can count on. So the whole idea here is that either you go for a kiosk model, and if we feel that there is no great big mall in your locality, especially tier 1, we are very clearly targeting tier 1 cities for our phase 1, and then tier 2 cities for phase 2. We would be interested in going for multi-unit kiosk because the investment size is not that big. In the 16 to 19 lakh breakup, Saras, largely 6 lakh 80,000 is a fixed cost. And what is the bifurcation of 6 lakh 80,000? 2 lakh rupees is franchise fee over 5 years, which is negligible, as I mentioned already. 4,80,000 rupees is approximately the kitchen setup, kitchen equipment cost, which includes the imported Bingsu machine, which will be provided by us. And also 1 year service will be provided by us because it comes under 1 year warranty. And except for this 6,80,000, all the other costs are variable. So as of now, we've counted 1,000 rupees per square feet, which makes it a 1 lakh rupee rent for a kiosk. Why the rent is counted so high? Because we want to be in the right place in a premium mall, in a premium location. So if it means we have to give them a premium price of 10,000, 20,000 rupees extra rental, it will always cover up for the sales we do in that space. So that's the approximate tentative cost we've got for the rent, which is 1 lakh rupees a month. That makes it 6,80,000 fixed fee. We've counted 3 lakh to 3,50,000 rupees for the kiosk making charges, which includes the platform, the menu boards, the display screen, the refrigeration for the boba and everything. I'll just also simultaneously quickly zoom in a picture of the actual kiosk so you guys understand what I'm talking about. So there's a refrigeration, there are kettles, there are syrups, there's the POS, everything, the menu, the the display screen and stuff like that. And then there is 2,50,000 rupees for anywhere between 45 to 60 days inventory, which will be supplied by us, which includes all the bobas which we get, whether it's tapioca pearls or the popping bobas. They are imported from Taiwan. All the syrups we use are all French-based companies, whether they are, 2-3 different companies, they are all France-based. So as I said in the beginning, that we believe in giving premium quality. And I'm sure the consumers, at least here in our 2 outlets, are more than happy to pay that kind of prices because they know that they are getting premium quality, which doesn't have any post-beverage impact. If you go out and have a 50 rupee, 80 rupee chocolate shake or a hot chocolate for 50 rupees, we can all imagine what the brand would be putting in it for you to give it out for 50 bucks. In terms of QSR, it's a 400 square feet requirement, anywhere between 350 to 400 square feet. The investment size goes to 30 to 33 lakhs. The franchise fee increases only by a lakh for the same tenure of 5 years, which is 3 lakh rupees. And the revenues, of course, increase because the space increase, and there's also a space for dine-in of at least 10 to 15 people at that point of time. Net margins also stay in the same range of 20 to 25%. Average ROI is 93%. The payback period is 14 to 18 months. The tenure is 5 years in that space. So yeah, largely this is the overview for both the models. We would prefer the partners and the people who are interested in franchising in this space to go for a kiosk model as it is really tight on cash. We make sure that from marketing point of view or from training point of view, we've kept it really tight in terms of spending money, but we've made sure that we never neglect or go down on quality or customer experience. All the recipe books are in place, and the recipes are made in such a way that every drink is made to a ml. So X drink needs X ingredient, but they are all in ml and grams. So if you do the training for say 3 to 4 days, even Saras, you can make a great bubble tea with us with our ingredients.
Interesting, Nicole. That was really interesting. And friends, I think it's a good opportunity because Mr. Nicole not just exceptionally worked on a product side, but he's absolutely keeping cash tight model. So especially the location, as we always see, location really plays an extremely crucial role. Preference over here would be where the footfall is, and no better place than a mall which is absolutely running 24, probably 12 months business that they get. 100 SFT is the area required, and not only we help you, of course, with the rent part because you just need a kiosk model there, which saves you a big rental part, but also saves you the rental, the HR cost. In that picture, I just saw 2 people who were there, and maybe if I'm opening 7 days continuously, maybe I would need 3 people. Is that correct?
Yeah, we operate currently we operate with 4 people because one person is largely all time on Bingsu because the plating needs to be done live and stuff like that. And then there's 1 cashier, and then there are 1 barista and 1 helper barista. because on weekends you really need that kind of people when you're talking about anywhere between 200 bill orders for a kiosk setup. That's a lot. So we are operating with 4 staff right now, out of which 3 are full-time and 1 is part-time. So that's how we've been operating really tight on that space.
And thank you, Ms. Monica. I think you have really endorsed the brand itself. So initially, she was also mentioning cha is a Bengali also. So probably in Bengali, we call tea the chai.
Yeah.
And Monica is really, experiencing and thumping on really like the brand, something very different and unique recipes. And I think this is where exactly highcha, Mr. Nicol is trying to break the new generation food, of course, not the food, but of course, a lot of desserts that he's probably looking for. And the bubble tea concept, because that's something that somebody can carry while shopping. You don't need to be stationed for having your bubble tea, and this is where that's the reason the turnaround table or probably the sales really multiply, especially during the weekends that we talk about. Quickly, Nikulji, a few questions that really talks about price points. I think you have already touched that part. Locations is tier one cities primarily we are looking for.
Yeah, so
We did
Delhi,
not.
NCR, Bangalore, Hyderabad, all the metro tier 1 cities have great malls. They have big food courts. Not many of whatever research we have on hand. Not many malls have bubble tea kiosks stationed in food courts, and the conversion in food courts is 95% plus, because unlike window shopping for shopping malls on the second and the first floor, in the food court there's no window shopping. You go, you have something, and you come out. I haven't met anybody who goes to a food court, looks around, and goes out unless until you're looking for a specific cuisine.
And as you said, while you were saying that wanted to go and search about the bubble tea concept, so I did. And of course, I was really amazed to see that it's really taking a hockey stick growth, because not only for the reason of the new generation, but also for health reasons. I see
Exactly.
that a lot of people are really moving to that because it's absolutely adding to the health component too.
And that's also one of the biggest reasons, Saras, we really stood out in a very short period of time, and we pray to God and we sustain that because we keep innovating. The whole idea is to keep innovating. Exactly after we finished 2 months, we brought in 6 new drinks, and we made sure that they were promoted well. We made sure that the quality check was done well, and everything was done R&D in that space, because the constant research and development on drinks are happening. We are giving the consumer tea and even we also have bubble coffees as well in the menu, right?
Okay.
And yeah, so the whole idea is that to give the consumer what they've tasted somewhere in their life, but with a twist. So it's not that I'm alienating people with something and they have to figure out what they're having. People have had coffee, but I'm doing a Nutella Ferrero bubble coffee for you. So you are acquainted with the taste, the dish, but it's given with a twist, and the magic when the bubble pops in your mouth, or the chewiness of the bubble, it just brings that a whole experience of beverage, having a beverage in a very different light in that space.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. And probably in favor of time, I'll just pick up the last question. Mr. Praveen is asking, are we only open for FOFO, franchisee and franchisee operated? Or are we also looking for option of FOCO if the location is very strategic?
I think, of course, like we rightly said, location is very important. For Mumbai and Pune, we are open for FOCO as of now. But outside Mumbai, Pune, we are not ready for FOCO, and we don't want to put the franchisee owners into a space where they are feeling pressured that the company has not been able to give them enough support. So we don't want to do any form of over-promising. We are working towards it. We are not ready with it as yet. But like I said, that the SOPs and the recipe book is designed in such a way that if you take a training for 3 to 4 days with us, anybody can become a boba barista as far as you've got the Bible with you.
Well, that's what, I see that's completely idiot-proof model again, because you have all the measurers and everything is coming. So you just have to mix it at the right level. It is sounding easy, but it is not easy because you have to get a dedicated training for that because the
Of course.
measurement and the mixologist really plays an extremely important role.
Right, even the syrup for bingsu, it needs to be made with a certain level of ingredients at the certain level, and that's where you get these noodle-shaped, ice cream.
That was really exciting. So with that, sir, Mr. Nikul, I would really like to thank you for all your time and all the participants who have been listening to us for past 1.5 hours.
Thank you
So
so much.
friends, time for today, but yes, at the same time, I would like to invite you for tomorrow's session too, and we start directly at live at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow is the day when we talk about fashion and retail brands. Shall you are interested in knowing more about the fashion and retail industry brands, please call us now on 97176 83838. I repeat, 97176 83838, or a simple email address or email to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. Feedback@franchiseindia.in is our email address. Write to us, call us, and we'll be glad to help you with more business opportunities. Also, I see questions coming up. We do have business opportunities for working professionals. So, friends, if you're working, don't want to take a break, of course, that's financial security looking for. We do have business model that we can suggest you. While working, of course, you can do something for yourself and become a consultant role that doesn't require to leave the job. Call us on the numbers if you need more details, and we'll be more than happy to help you. With that, I sign off for the day, and thank you so much for joining us, and see you tomorrow. Best evening of your life you ever had. Thank you all. Bye bye.